Hey guys, James and 8532 here. Um, Today's a little bit of a different custom, but first, before we address that, um, we got snow, baby. It snowed. Yeah, I set that up just a few minutes ago. But anyway, so the custom of the day is Murdoch here. As you can see, he's not normal. He's rather large. He just barely fits on the turntable here. Barely. But let's go over him. First, let me undo this part. We're going to go over Murdoch in 3 sections because that's honestly how huge this guy is. We're going to start with the main body here. Um, Fully scratch built. The only pre-existing parts there were no pre-existing parts. It was fully scratched. Oh, I added a weight at the front. That's probably about it. But this is Murdoch. I built him out of cardboard and soft card and 2 straws for the funnel. But yeah. I, first I took a chassis, right, and I made the 3 fake wheels on either side. I cut out a piece, the foot plate here, that fit over it. I didn't like how far forward the chassis was sitting, so I cut it back so it sat more back here, which I like better. But yeah, painted it in red, of course, and basically just the standard foot plate. How Murdoch's is. Yeah. Spoiler was a toilet paper roll or paper towel tube, actually, because the spoiler was too long for a toilet paper roll. I know it tapers weird. I know it tapers kind of funny because it kind of comes out and then into the firebox, but I think I'm personally okay with that because if you look at a real 9F, their boilers, I'm not sure how to describe it, but they're very bulgy. Like, you can very obviously tell that the boiler is bigger than the smoke box. His side rods here are stuck because they're so long. Here, there we go. That'll work for now. I should just glue them right here. Hold up, let's do that. Okay, there we go. The chassis is now unremovable. The dome is foam board, and I cut it at angles, so it kind of went in this weird slant shape, which shockingly worked pretty well. The funnel is 2 straws glued to each other with a piece of softer cardboard wrapped around. The smoke deflectors are softer cardboard. They don't fit perfectly on the foot plate, but they're close enough for me. Murdoch was painted in cardinal red. Now, I didn't want to give him the orange livery because, to be honest, I really hate orange Murdoch. It just looks like such a ugly color orange. They chose the worst color. And I didn't want to give him black because that's like generic. But yeah. He's not 100% done as there's no cab detail. Murdoch, originally, he just had a square cab, but then I cut it and gave it a new overlay bit to make it have that weird Duchess like shape. If you have the Trackmaster 2 Duchess, you know what I'm talking about. I didn't want to give him the curve just because I didn't like it, to be honest. The front cab windows were originally just flat, straight with the rest of the cab, but like today or yesterday, I think it was, I glued on this other piece that just kind of angled forward like a 9F, And I liked it, so I kept it there and painted it up and yada yada yada. His face is the typical cardboard with gray paper and face drawn on. I like this face. This face is real nice. Um, yeah. If you haven't noticed yet, I don't know how you haven't, but he's had this long wire sticking out of the back of him. And that is how he connects to the front part of his tender. Come on. If it will connect for me. There we go. He connects to the front part of his tender. Yeah. His tender is just a checklist. Like I said, not complete fully yet. Just those tender wheels need to be painted black. But close enough, I thought. And it's number 14. This is kind of my AU Murdoch. If I were to ever get like a TV series Murdoch, I would not paint this up. I give him 14 and all that. I tried my best to replicate a 9F tender, but as you can see, I'm not fully sure if it's that tall. It looks a little too tall, or the cab looks funky. I don't know, but I'm still overall happy with it. Give them this little part. This is hot glue. And yeah, the back is buffer beam coupling. His tender, I actually gave him like a little bit of an extension because I folded the large bit around here to get a full covering of the original tender, which was a Fowler. So I had to do a full covering. But then I thought, I forgot. It has to be even on both sides. So then I just added this third wheel back here, because the 9Fs only have 3 wheels on their tender. This black line here, I just thought it would look cool, and I'm not wrong. And I only did that after I had to trim a section of it off, because when I built the tender at first, it was more, this part was out farther than this part was, so I had to cut it down. And then I just put the black line over there because I didn't want to paint it with red. And it looks kind of cool. Yeah. I gave him the black and the gold because I thought it would look cool, and it indeed does. This side is better than this side, though. I used a gold paint pen for all of his lining and his nameplate, which actually does say Murdoch. Not in the best handwriting, but I'm happy with it. And I used Folk Art Cardinal Red to do the rest of him, and then I put Mod Podge over him. So yeah, that's Murdoch. Quick sizing, I suppose. Here's Percy next to him. Let's put him on the other side, because the stupid box is in the way. I will be getting like a Lazy Susan or something, so I can use this to... It'll be actually better turntable than I have at the moment, so don't worry. But Percy, he looks smaller. Yeah, his face is so much smaller. Murdoch is just really high up, it looks like. That's Percy. How about Bill or Ben? Oh my gosh, look at this. Freaking tiny. Bill and Ben are actually look like miniature engines. I'm struggling to turn this turntable because of how long he is. But look at this. They're barely the size of his tender. Barely the size of it. They're a little over half. Murdoch's cabin firebox is bigger than them. Oh my gosh. How about someone next to Gordon? As you can see, Murdoch is longer than Gordon. Just the locomotive itself Just Gordon's front part here. Murdoch is twice the size of Just Gordon's locomotive. I find that really funny. Murdoch is huge, and I love it. But those guys have all been edited to length and scale and all that stuff. Let's get Murdoch next to someone who has normal scaling with Rosie over here. Rosie, the basic Trackmaster Rosie, is 1, 2. He is twice the size of a normal Trackmaster tank engine, which most tender engines are, but he's like slightly longer too. I find it really funny how large he is. Murdoch will probably appear in the series, just because I've had a lot of fun making him, and if I didn't do a story with him or something, I feel like there was no reason to make him. But, yeah. He probably won't be as he was portrayed in Season 7, just because that was not a very good characterization for him, I don't think. I'm not going to make him like Gordon or anything, but you'll see. You'll have to wait and see. But that's really all I got on Murdoch, guys. Thank you for watching, and I suppose I'll see you in the next video. And bye.